everyone. Hi, I just realized I didn't even turn my light on. Oh, wrong one. Okay. Hi, I'm home. I'm home. Oh my God, I'm so happy to be home. But there's good coffee. Yeah. I don't know what it is about the Midwest there. They like to burn their coffee, it seems. All right. How is everyone? Hi, where am I? Where am I at? There we go. Hi, Linda. Oh wait, let me mute it. All right. Hi, Autistic Show 2, if you're around. Again, thank you for earlier. Oh, there you are. Thank you for earlier, and I'm sorry. I didn't know why the Wi-Fi wasn't working at the airport, and I had when Vada and Faith's plane left with about 10 hours before my plane left, and that was my only ride to the Wichita airport, so I had to take it. So I was sitting around the airport for 10 hours trying to stream, basically. And I didn't know why the Wi-Fi wasn't working. I just kept thinking, it must be me. It must be something I'm doing wrong. And then I found out, no, it's because Russians hacked Kansas again. They haven't, I guess, I remember. Stop. You okay? You almost fell. Huh? You okay? Oh, I remember being told that last time I was there that the Russians hacked something there. So yeah. Hi. Oh, maybe Kitty did miss me. Mm-hmm. I miss my kitty. Oh, I miss my kitty so much. Hi. Mm-hmm. So, I was extremely frustrated. That's putting it mildly. That's putting it delicately, nicely, whatever. I was about to go batshit crazy. So, thank you, and I apologize for all the bullshit today. Just trying to stream because I thought, what better way? I'd spend a bunch of time. I stream from the airport. Like it's cool. Well, the news is though, I did learn how to work with new filters and sound settings on OBS. So there's that. For no reason, but I learned it. So yay. So let's see here. Hi, John. Holy crap, I'm actually able to catch you live in a while. I know, it's been a while. How you been? Hi, Bobby and Gizmo. Hi, Sunny D. Lazy Wolf, what's up? So, hi, Elizabeth. Anyway, I wanted to commentate a little bit on a stream tonight. And I want to do this because I want to point out exactly what these two careers are doing. Because it's personal. So I want to personally point it out. Hi, Blizzard. Yeah. Thank you. I'm so very glad I did. But of course, I had to lose my luggage. How is this? Okay, like when I left Kansas, I checked my bag, my big, huge suitcase bag. Okay, because you have to. The thing's like almost as big as me. I checked that, and then I fly into Chicago, and I don't like to check my other the big ass suitcase. Then there's the carry-on suitcase, and then there's the personal item, which is kind of like a purse, but my computer bag works as that. So that's what I use. But the carry-on suitcase, they have like the 4 wheels on it. So I put my other bag on top of that. So I don't like to check that one. But when I'm leaving on my last flight, then I will check it because then I don't have to carry it on and off the plane or whatever. It's just put it right down there. I fly to Syracuse. It's not a very big airport. It's baggage is just right downstairs. It's quick and easy. So I checked that one in Chicago. Would you know I lost them both? How do you lose them both when they're literally in two separate states that you check? I don't understand how that happens. I don't. But I digress. All my important shit was in my carry-on bag, so I'm not too upset about it. And they're going to deliver them tomorrow. So, because apparently they were still in Chicago when I arrived in Syracuse. So, and the lady said, they'll be here tomorrow. I said, well, I won't be though. I live in Utica. She said, we can deliver them. Okay, then. I'm happy. I'm not going to leave her in tears. Yay. Yay. So, okay. See, I never had my bags lost before. Never. I don't fly a whole lot either, I flew maybe I don't even know how many times. Less than a dozen, I think, maybe. Maybe about a dozen times in my life. I don't know. Maybe a little bit more. But it's the first time my bags were ever lost. Still though, even if let's just say a dozen times, it's 1 out of 12. It's not very good rates, of baggage safety, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, like you should earn a own frequent flyer miles for that. Exactly. Anyway. So yeah, so I'm gonna commentate on part of the stream. Now but like I said, because I want to show what these two creators are doing, not just to me, but to other people or whatever. I'm not going to commentate on the things that most of what they're talking about, but some things I am. So, and they're going to be talking about my business that I had out of state this week. I'm not going to commentate on any of that. I'm not going to react to it. I'm not going to say or do anything about it. But I do want to just point out, and I want to show how incredibly happy they are over by their claims anyways, by their own admittance or whatever, someone being bullied or whatever online, allegedly. You know what I mean? Like, they're happy. They're so happy about this. I don't get it. So anyway, moving on. Anyway, it's on Cheshire's Twitch channel, which I don't know. I mean, I don't know why she put it on Twitch, really. I mean, I'm wondering if maybe she didn't want the views because she got like 30 views on it. But like on YouTube, whenever she streams about myself or, anyone involved with Steve, really, basically, she gets pretty good views. So I'm kind of curious why she didn't put it on YouTube, but I digress.
Oh, God, I regret everything. I'm doing it. Doing it. Everybody gets a poll. You get a poll, and you get a poll. Everyone gets a poll.
Can I watch it from down below?
I realized I got like 3 things I didn't actually open that need to be opened. Whoops.
It's okay. Watch it from down
It's fine. I'm a professional. Did I just spy Jesse Jerdak in the chat? My buddy, my pal, my friend. What are you doing in this cursed land?
Hello, sir. How are we today?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Dumb Feck Friday. Now, I know we promised, or we didn't actually promise. We said that we were going to talk about.
Oh, true. Oh my God, I almost forgot. Autistic Shell, thank you so much for the PayPal too. By the way, I saw that I didn't see it until like I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before. I can't tell now. They all blend together. But thank you so much. That PayPal fed me today while I was sitting at the airport for 10 hours. So thank you so much. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. It was awesome. And I will be posting receipts for everything too on the GoFundMe over the next couple days. I'm not going to do it tonight. And I was supposed to work tomorrow 12 to 8. Now I've been asked to go in early, so I'm not going to probably do it before tomorrow night anyway. So
for today. But we're not doing that today because I burned out all my brain cells watching Erin yesterday for 7.5 hours, getting through her stupid shit streams that she did right before going to court.
Thank you. I seriously want to thank you for spending so much of your time, effort, and energy on me. I mean, I've only been asking for that for like years now, right? And it's, I mean, I don't know what's up with some of the YouTube content creators because like, with Katie Joy, no one bats an eye. People just jump right in and start streaming about her. But I've been asking for this shit for years, and it's taken me a little bit. Well, it's taken me a minute to get it up. Thank you, Cheshire, for fulfilling my desire.
And I don't want to use my brain.
It's good.
So I let Manya do all the work.
That's fair. Yeah, I got my 60,000 pages of words dossier and I flipped through it. I'm just like, yeah, here you go. Boom.
What?
Oh boy. Okay, so hold on. I'm gonna make it another poll.
Did she say she wrote 60,000 pages about me or something? Is what? That's a bit much.
Well, I gotta make one for the for Twitch as well. We are live on Twitch and YouTube, by the way. Welcome. So instead of doing the cast report, Manya had been collecting a bunch of background stuff, and I pulled that together. But before we got talk about that too much. We do have like a little mini update about court stuff. Do you want to
Oh,
give people a
yes.
really brief TLDR for anybody who doesn't know?
So last year, Steve and Co, Aaron et al. Decided that they're above everyone else, and
Oh, we didn't decide that. That wasn't us that decided that, and not everyone else, and not really above. I mean, just I don't know, just what. But we didn't decide that.
started harassing a private person for whatever reasons and didn't stop even after they got served with TROs. Did stupid shit. I told them, my advice to them was get lawyers and shut the fuck up. They didn't do that and ended up with such conduct that their TROs got converted into ROs. Some by default, some by their own dumb fuckery when they were present online and chatting with each other in the
I
background.
want to clarify the faces, the expressions I was just making. I was reading my live chat just now. That's what I was making expressions about. Someone said, "When was the last time you used your brain, Chesh?" So I just want to make that clear.
Hear them. So fast forward.
They got
here we are
busted.
today.
Wait, what was that?
Aaron
I
and
forgot.
Veda had to try and chatting with each other in the background so that the judge could hear them. So fast forward.
They
here
got
we
busted.
are today. Aaron and Veda had to travel to the court in another county, or state, and come in front of the judge to do whatever, and they were then served with contempt papers for that. The hearings were yesterday and they're still going on, if I'm not wrong. The contempt hearings are still happening. So Aaron very confidently, I think so 24 to 48 hours before, had said, "Oh, I'm going to stream with Veda once once we come out of the
And
court."
see, and I had every intention of streaming. I wanted to keep in touch with people. I wanted, because I figured, like it was going to be a miserable time, and I enjoy streaming. So, and I thought that how cool, me and Vanna could be on stream together. Well, it was more draining on me than I anticipated. And I don't mean like it was like physically it was hard work, though it was hard work. Just all around it was draining. But also, between myself and Vanna, at times I wasn't sure if I trusted both of us to adhere to specific subjects and not others at times. So I thought it was best that we just not stream. And plus, one of the nights I got kind of sick too, so I just came right home and right back to the hotel, and I didn't even pass go. Like I just walked right past like Faith and Vanna. I'm like, I'm going to lay down, and I didn't see them till the next morning. So.
Within the 24 hours, that didn't happen. And then now she's saying, "Oh yeah, I will say something, but not about the court stuff, just about what attacks have been happening on me." We are just saying she killed her fucking dog.
Okay, they're referencing my tweet. I didn't say that I was being attacked. I was aware of the hurls of vitriol being thrown mine and our way because people were alerting me to it. That's all. And they're going to go on. They're going to go into these stories I told the last time I streamed. Some stories from my family growing up. Keep in mind, here's my stories. Okay, I was sharing. I had read something about a cat story, or whatever. So I shared a cat story from my childhood. Well, it wasn't even my childhood really, because I wasn't born yet when this happened. But I heard about it all grown up, so it kind of feels like it was from my childhood. But when my sister was really young, like 1 to 2 years old, like barely even walking, okay, and I was very clear about that. They had gone. My mom and my dad and probably both my sisters at that time had gone to my grandmother's house, my mom's mom, and she had a cat. Well, apparently they were Colleen got away or went into the other room, as kids do sometimes, and play with shit. Well, she decided to grab the cat by the neck and not let go. And my dad found her and the cat and ran over, got the cat away, noticed it wasn't really breathing. So my dad gave the cat mouth to mouth and brought it back to life. And the cat lived for another decade. Albeit it was a quiet decade because it couldn't really meow again after that. But the cat lived again for another decade. And the reason why I share this story, because it wasn't a tragedy, because it was crisis averted, okay? And it's one of those stories where it really presents my dad it's representative of my father. And I love that story about him because he's kind of it's kind of an amazing thing he did. Like, he went above and beyond, I think, really there. And he succeeded, so it was awesome. And then as I was streaming, I shared another story. Like where we lived, it wasn't woods or whatever forest around our house, but there was, kind of like tree patches, I guess you could say, around. So there was always like be a mouse or whatever running somewhere outside. And my sisters would sometimes catch the mice and bring it or pet. And we had to teach the mice. But mice do what mice do, and they get out of shit. So while the mouse was out running around in our house, like I don't even know if anyone knew that the mouse had gotten out of the cage. I don't even know if that was the case or not. But like in the living room, we had this is like 1980, mind you. So we had this big like Radio Shack, like stereo, these huge speakers and shit, but these huge headphones. And we had this big ass puffy, just wooden rocking chair right there. So myself, one of my sisters, whatever, would just sit there and put the headphones on and listen to music. And even me at 5 years old, that's what I was doing. I was obsessed with Kenny Rogers at that age. I don't know why. But so I'm sitting there in the rocking chair, listening to music, just rocking away. And apparently my mom, who was sitting in the living room behind me and in her chair, she happened to look up and see rock back just as the mouse ran underneath. And sadly, that wasn't a good ending. That was a very sad ending. But they're going to tell the story, and they're going to make it sound like my mom just sat there and watched, like as if she enjoyed it or something. And then they're going to say that I'm an animal abuser and I'm going to be canceled because of this shit. I mean, kids do stupid shit. Accidents happen, and kids do stupid shit. But I find it really telling, though, that Cheshire is going to say that my parents were was it negligent? Or no, I forget the word she used. Maybe it was negligent. I don't know. But I find it funny, though, to be getting all this parenting advice from two people who have no fucking kids. So, yeah.
Sorry, she killed her pet mouse, and her sister disabled their cat when they were. So
listening to Mania's TLDR is hilarious.
Yeah. So here we are today, and
it sounds like they're laughing. I mean, they're going to go on to say how it's not funny, but it sounds like they find it funny.
And we are. It's. I don't know. It's hilarious or sad or whatever. But I have made a bet that Erin cannot help herself from dropping something about the court unless she scripts whatever she's going to say today. If also I don't have any. Yeah. Then also I don't have any faith. Then also I have no faith.
Well.
So yeah.
TLDR. There's a.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll give a different one. TLDR, there's a lady who's been getting harassed over an anti-Facebook group for nearly a year now, and the court are starting to wrap up. There were 2 court dates, Thursday and Wednesday, just this past week. One of the people involved decided to do 2 live streams right before court, claimed they were going to go and live stream after court. It is from as far as I'm concerned, and from the research I've done, to me, looks like I think Suzanne used the word cabal of YouTube content creators that were just harassing this woman who doesn't have a channel, doesn't have a platform, she's not like a famous person who's like, oh my God, we all have to follow around this person from TMZ or whatever. She's just a lady. I went to court. I've been back to court. May or may not going back soon because there's more than one content creator involved, so there's going to be more than one suit involved. But those court dates have wrapped up, and we're kind of waiting to hear on some of the information. But you want to see what Erin actually says, since now that she's out of court, this is the tune. Although I will side note the thing that Mania brought up about the pets. I watched her 2 streams from before court, and she randomly brought up a story that she presented as a haha funny teehee story about, trigger warning, her sister, who is now older than she is. Tell me how that works.
That was from her being born before me. I'm not sure where the impression came from, like she wasn't supposed to be older than me. I never said otherwise, but okay.
Choked out and nearly killed their grandma's cat. Funny haha. And that she killed her pet mouse. Because they just let these field mice that they used to catch, and they bring them into their house and then just let them run around the house.
That's what we did.
And she squashed it with a chair, and her mom just watched. I don't know what to tell you. The live stream is still up on Twitch if you want to see me.
See, I mean, I don't know. My kid's being so affectionate right now. I don't know if she missed me or what, but she's never usually this affectionate. I love it. I love it. I love it. No, I forgot. I can't remember what I was gonna say. My kid just made me happy.
You go through it. It will be up to vote if that's the one that you want. It's a whole lot of me being bored, but you know. And then there was like another story that somebody in the chat shared about somebody who had almost killed their pet cat when they were younger by putting it in a suitcase. Yeah. And like these stories were presented as haha funny teehee. Isn't that so wacky? Like, unprompted.
Now, I think we all pretty much have some sort of story like that from our childhood. And if we laugh at it now and it's shared in an endearing way, it's because no tragedy happened. It's because crisis was averted. Okay, it's when the instances when that doesn't happen, if the crisis is not averted, that people try to just forget about it because it's traumatic. Okay, so I mean. And I get it. They don't have kids. I know. They don't have kids. So they don't know what it's like to have a young child. They don't know what it's like to have to sit down for quite some time over and over again and explain to your young child as it grows up into become a bigger child how they have to be nice and gentle with animals. They can't be rough because they can hurt animals. Because they don't realize what they're doing and what they're capable of doing. This takes time. No, it's not like a child just wakes up one day suddenly at like 4 years old and says, oh, I know. Now, if I touch this animal too hardly, I could hurt it. You know, you have to explain this. You have to teach the child. Oftentimes it takes more than one attempt, you know, and rarely does it happen by the time they're two.
These stories came out of nowhere. I don't know what to tell you, but her two now. Yeah, go ahead.
The post she was reading had something about cats and stuff, so that's why she started talking about. The thing is that
that's a pretty loose connection.
That's a loose connection, yeah. The thing is that what I think happened there is because the people like Erin, Suzanne, Renelle, they try to relate personally with the stories that they're reading or presenting. So they try and bring up instances from their own personal life. But they also end up cooking up some stuff because they are so desperate to relate themselves because they want a reason it happened there. So that's why she started talking about. The thing is that
that's a pretty loose connection.
That's a loose connection, yeah. The thing is that what I think happened there is because the people like Erin, Suzanne, Renelle, they try to relate personally with the stories that they're reading or presenting. So they try and bring.
That's called, yeah. It's called being humane, humanity. That's what that is. That's being compassionate. That's being understanding. That's showing that you can relate. Wow, I'm such a bitch.
Up instances from their own personal life, but they also end up cooking up some stuff because they are so desperate to relate themselves because they want a reason to like talk about shit, right? Why would you talk about that shit? So they bring up some personal reasons. Oh yeah, this has happened in my life also, blah 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 blah. And sometimes
I don't know, like if I can't relate, if it's not something that I can feel any type of connection to, I don't know if I'm going to want to talk about it. Like, I mean, because people want to talk about things that involve them or can relate to them, whatever, you know. So I mean, I don't know, it just seems weird, like I'm wanting to talk about all this crazy shit that has nothing to do with me, so I'm going to make up all kinds of shit to give me an excuse to talk about it. I don't need an excuse to talk about anything. I can just start talking about it, even if I don't have a personal connection to the subject matter. I can still just start talking about it. I can try to develop a personal connection. I can try to learn about it. But that's not going to happen until I start talking about it. Why? You can just start talking about shit, you know? It's okay. I don't understand.
They cook shit up, and sometimes they run with it. So I'll give Erin her stupidity some charity and say she just didn't know what she started with and she just ran with it. And before she running her mouth just came out of these two ridiculous stories.
Okay, though I can kind of relate to what she's saying there. There are some times where, because when you're up here alone and streaming and stuff, you have to keep talking. You have to keep the, I don't know, the engagement or whatever. You sometimes even have to keep yourself engaged, And there are times where I'm talking and I'm just like, wait, what am I saying? But I mean, I don't make shit up, I don't have to do that. It's weird.
That she couldn't control because her brain doesn't listen to her. So
My brain doesn't listen.
I'll just say that.
My brain has been tuning me out for a long fucking time. Thank you very much. That's not a recent development. Come on.
Anyway, she said as she had related to court stuff, she had said that she had some extra stuff that she had to do, and she's been feeling confident the entire time. So let's take a look and see what she's.
I don't recall saying I've been feeling confident. I mean, I don't even know if that's how I was feeling. I don't recall even contemplating how I was feeling. So that's weird. I wonder, did I come off to you as confident? Is that what you're picking up there? I don't know. I don't know.
What she's saying now. Yeah, what you got, Mike?
By the way, I did offer her a copy of my statement. A statement which is what, 11,000, almost 11,000 words long. And and Erin's logic was just because I wasn't posting my hard work for free meant I didn't have anything on me.
Did she seriously say that she wrote something involving me, regarding me, whatever, that's 11,000 words? She put hard work into something that is not needed, requested, required, or even commissioned. She took her time, effort, and energy to write an 11-word dossier, whatever, about something regarding me or about me. I don't know how I feel about that.
Also, for anybody who's been following the
I'm kidding. I kind of like it. I do. That made me a little fucked up, but I kind of.
Helldivers thing. Sony has lost. Is down negative 8.91%.
Holy shit!
For Sony Group Corp, it's a big drop.
It was not enough for Sony to get hacked by Anonymous. They didn't get the message then. Now they're doing it again to them. Why?
I just discovered that my little iPad holder. God damn it! Come here. My little iPad holder is a magnet underneath it. I did not know that. Interesting. Stop it, cat.
Keep doing it to themselves. Chesh.
I have also heard that they added 3 more countries to the block list for Helldivers.
Let me check if it's New Zealand.
Yeah, go for it. So for anybody who's been following that, that's an ongoing issue. If you're interested, go check out Accursed Farms to get maybe something done about that politically from a different angle. But regardless, Sony just wants to shoot themselves in the foot over and over and over and over and over again. So this is where Erin's at currently. She tweeted out and said, I want to first apologize to my friends and viewers for not streaming the past couple of days. Initially, she had said she was going to try and stream every day for the week that she had off. She's not working, she's traveling and doing stuff. So she initially intended on streaming every day. Then she had intended on streaming with Veda the night after the first day of court. And she hasn't streamed as of right now. So, sure. I really did intend to stream, but my business called for more of my time and energy than I anticipated.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think so. She underestimated. Of course, she underestimated traveling, attending court, back and forth all day long, sitting there giving testimony, obtaining testimony or questioning testimony. Mm-hmm. It's hard. It's a hard job. So I think so. She underestimated that at the end of the day, after that, she could stream. But on top of that, she's an idiot if she thinks that she can stream after when a contempt hearing is happening around a restraining order, violation of a restraining order, that she can stream about whatever's going on.
Whoa.
Yeah, I guess I should probably
no.
For people who don't know.
I never said that I was going to stream about anything, just that I was going to stream. And I can stream. I'm not streaming about anything pertinent here, nor will I. So, I mean, I guess I'm not an idiot after all. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I am. Who knows?
This was for her hearing was for getting a temporary restraining order turned into a restraining order, as well as there were contempt papers that were served to her a couple of months ago when she was at court last time, and those papers were for her to say how she's not in contempt of the temporary restraining order. And so that's what's been coming to conclusion. It doesn't surprise me that she had the intention to stream and got like a little bit overwhelmed. That's fair. I think that's reasonable. I think
The problem is,
yeah.
The thing is that I have been giving them advice, some very basic advice from the start.
No, you
about
haven't.
Get a lawyer and shut the fuck up. I've been doing some legal, you and I both, we have been doing some legal interpretation of whatever has been going on. Until now, we have been not spot on, but we have been there. We have been correct so far, if I'm not saying.
Yeah, I don't think we've gotten anything horrifically incorrect.
No. So for someone to like Ronell to come in and laugh at us and say, "Oh, one is in Canada and one is in New Zealand. What would they know about American system?" Honey, we know at least more than you. More than you.
Did you know it's impossible to learn about another country's legal systems? I did. Damn, you have to be in the country to know.
Ronell, just because you're incompetent doesn't mean everyone else is incompetent or cannot attempt to learn something.
All right, I want to stop here for a second. I'm bringing something out here. So, I don't have a pen. I really don't have a pen. See, all my shit is in my suitcase. I don't have anything. It feels okay. So far, I've been called. She called me stupid. She just called Ronell incompetent. But I want to try and keep track here because, and now don't get me wrong. I'm not at all complaining or bitching. I'll be straight up and honest. And this may make me kind of weird or whatever. But the only thing worse than being talked about negatively is not being talked about at all. So I'm not even complaining or bitching. I don't care. Please, in fact, I hope that they continue streaming about me, even if it's to call me stupid the entire time. I'm happy with that. But still, I want to just point out some hypocrisy here because though I don't care about being called names or whatever, they seem to take much offense to myself or anyone else speaking negatively about them, for example, or they've even been sticking up for Katie Joy lately, which is fine, whatever. But I find it to be quite hypocritical, though, for them to do that while they're sitting up there just hurling insults after myself and others. And I'm not even sure why it is that they don't even like myself and Ronell, for example, and other content creators, other than the fact that it's Steve's fault. And here's the thing, because I had a talk with Faith over our time in Kansas there. And we've come to the conclusion that this is all because of Steve. Everything's because of Steve. Everything is because of Steve. Which, I mean, we mean that in a funny, comical way, but it's kind of true, too. Like, this is a lot of the stream here is because of Steve.
Yeah. So I was giving them this advice the whole time. I'm like, till the cases conclude, get a lawyer and shut the fuck up, or just shut the fuck up till the cases conclude. And I even offered my 11,000 word statement for a price. Obviously, it's my hard work. But I'm
curious. So when she was offering this advice, saying, shut the fuck up, it is. Like the stream, take the stream, for example. Is this her efforts in trying to facilitate this advice by, I don't know, choosing now of all times to start streaming and start spewing out all kinds of shit that they're spewing out and talking about things that they're talking about? I mean, it just seems like to me, like they're doing this in efforts to try to instigate things or to try to bait people into talking about things. And I'm not going to take the bait. But that's exactly what they're doing. And this is just what I want to point out. I mean, I don't care. They can do it. They can keep doing it for all. I mean, I'm not the one being harmed here. They may want to take that into consideration. That's up to them. I just want to point that out.
We have a saying back home, like, before destruction, your intelligence just gives up on you. It says Vinashkalin Vipatti. That's what it's called in our language, Sanskrit. So it means before destruction is imminent, your intelligence leaves you or gives up on you. So this is what's happening here. The intelligence has left them. And
so is she saying that our destruction is imminent? Because it sounds to me like that's what she said. Okay.
and they're doing anything, whatever that's coming in brain. For now, I think so. Just because maybe the quotes have told her to shut the fuck up, please shut the fuck up. I think this is not voluntarily, in my opinion. That's not voluntary. I might be wrong.
There's a question in the chat that says, so did Renelle laugh at EJC for spouting nonsense about about Canadian police? No, I don't believe she did. I'm pretty sure she's her consistency is in line with whoever she thinks agrees with her at the time.
Yeah.
They shit about the Canadian police. I mean, it's like they never watched a South Park episode. Come on.
Or whoever she's friends with, she will not criticize them. She will criticize everyone, and that's not even criticism that Ronelle brings up. She does ad hominem.
Okay. See, I want to touch on this here for a second. My YouTube channel is commentary. I commentate about people who aren't my friends. Okay, let's be honest. They're not, because I don't need to use my friendships to bolster my channel. If I want to criticize any of my friends, I'm going to be a friend and I'm going to do it privately, because that's what friends do. Okay, if other people want to criticize my friends, hey man, that's their choice. But I'm not going to sit here for your enjoyment, for your entertainment. I'm not going to sit here and drag my friends on my public platform channel, whatever. I'm not going to do that. Why it is you think I should, or why it is you think you're entitled to see that, astounds me, because what kind of friendships do you have? I mean, there's a rhetorical question, really. I mean, I think I know, but I just, who thinks that that's a friendship? If I sit here and talk shit about Katie Joy, no one's thinking I'm her friend, right? I mean, I don't hate her. I do kind of dislike her. I do, but I don't hate her, but no one's going to think that I'm just criticizing a friend, because we're not friends, because my channel isn't here for me to display my shitty friendship behavior. That's for private.
Attacks like Manya's angry. She puts up Chesh's picture while she's drinking for some reason. So both, like, she does ad hominem attacks. That's it. And for her to say that I in New Zealand couldn't learn about the American judicial system, madam, you underestimate me. I don't underestimate myself. I'm very, very confident in my intelligent faculties, and in my brains. So I got a master's, bitch. So just back.
I'm very confident in my brains. They just sound funny.
Back off. Just back the fuck. And I'm doing a diploma at the same time. So back the fuck off.
I agree with Jesse in the chat. This poll is way too close. I did way better in this poll than I thought. That's not appropriate. Because Manya's probably going to answer your questions directly. I'm liable to fuck with you.
Yeah.
Way better than
so stop.
Hey, listen, get ready to get dunked on, kiddies. So,
Yeah.
So here's the thing, right? When it comes to Erin being overwhelmed or not being able to stream because of whatever's going on with court, or if the court told her not to stream while she was there, I don't know. It's possible. Who's to say? But they wouldn't have told her not to stream at all. I don't think the court has that kind of power. They would have just said, don't stream, like, don't talk about the court. Then they can't give her legal advice. At least the judge can.
Yes, I was about to add that. Yeah, they can't give her legal advice.
She said,
tell me how that is wrong. So do tell me how that is wrong, right? Explain to us. That will be great.
I like that the advice you gave was get a lawyer, and Renelle was like, why are you giving legal advice?
Yeah, from New Zealand about American system. I'm like, that's
pretty sure that's not what happened, but okay.
Applies to majority of the courts all across the country. European, American, Canadian, South American, New Zealand, Australia, all of them. Get a lawyer, shut the fuck up. That's the most basic advice I gave. And for some reason, she found fault on that also. I'm like, okay.
Don't get a lawyer then, see if I care.
They didn't get a lawyer. I think so. Renelle got a lawyer. She did take my advice, but she was like, she's so full of herself that she won't, accept the fact that she took my advice, right? She's so full of herself. So she has obtained a lawyer, and since then, I think so. What she has been trying to do is she has been trying to attack Chesh and I. Last video she made about us, it was about Chesh and I, not about Charlotte, if I'm not wrong.
Oh my gosh, what was the last time Renelle made a video about either of these two? Like, it's been months, right? Right. I mean, Renelle's made a lot of videos since then. I'm pretty sure it's been a while since she made one about either of these two. But I mean, I don't know. I guess that they also agree. Like, the only thing worse than being talked about negatively is not being talked about at all. I think that maybe that's why they're doing the stream and they're mentioning all these names and everything, because a lot of these names stop talking about them and they know that that's worse. So I mean, I guess I don't know. I can empathize with it.
Wrong, and where she was like, oh, these both Manya and Chish implicated her, sorry. And we are like, madam, just because your bullshit got discovered a little late doesn't mean you didn't do that bullshit. All right, it was there for everyone to see.
Nobody has to talk
Just
about it. Like, that's just not how the courts work. The courts don't care if YouTubers and content creators are talking about the bad thing you did or didn't do. The court cares if like
No.
the plaintiff can demonstrate or you can defend. Like, this whole legal nonsense could have happened whether or not I made a video about Steve
Yeah.
getting swatted. Although I do think me doing that was probably ended up incidentally being a godsend to Charla's side because of the follow-up video that Aaron and Veda and Nikki and Steve did in response to me. Like, I had nothing to do with it. Their response, they just spilled so many beans. I don't even know I don't even like beans.
So she seemed a little too happy about that. Like, not only that these things occurred, or that we did the things we did, but that she's deems herself as the driving force, the thing that caused it. It's because of her. She gets the credit. The credit, it seems like she's looking at it like it's credit. I don't know. That's kind of fucked up. I don't even mean to me, whatever. I don't care. But it's kind of fucked up.
So whatever. I think that what Renelle was mad about is that when I highlighted the fact that she was also involved in all this.
Yeah.
That's what she was mad about. What does implicated mean? Implicated what? In front of a judge? Are you stupid? You already did those live streams. Yeah, Charla's lawyer got hold of those live streams and said, "What the fuck? You are also involved in this? You bitch." And if you did try to negotiate with the lawyer, with Charla's lawyer, maybe they didn't find it good enough. Maybe you weren't giving them what they wanted. And that's fair on their part. If they want something and you're not giving them the legal route, and if you're still being a bitch, they have every right to serve you. So don't try and blame other people for your own actions.
I just think it's super
Don't do
wacky that we've got people going to court over a stupid Facebook group that isn't even like that impressive. Like, most people don't even know
No.
it exists. It's very silly. It's a niche within a
someone
niche
from
within
the-
a niche, and it's so like beyond. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll just say one thing from the live chat and then we can just wrap this
Yeah.
up. Daisy _re_22 said from the live chat, I do find it hilarious that they talk about KJ's court cases in ways that could be applied to them. When they are being sued, it's someone else's fault. Exactly.
Move your microphone
They
down
talk
just slightly, just a little bit.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
advised me last time also. Sorry, forgot. So yeah, so they talk about KJ's cases all the time. And Renelle here, this bitch is mad that we spoke about her, what, twice or thrice? You got mad? Okay. Implicated are hilarious.
Whatever. Who cares? So, Aaron said, thank you everyone for your support. I am aware of the current attacks as well. I don't know what she's referring to. I promise to stream tonight, even if only for 5 minutes, to thank everyone. That would be like tonight.
Yeah, and again, I didn't.
To thank everyone personally.
I didn't stream. I did want to stream. I wanted to do one more stream before I left to thank everyone. I'm sorry. Just, again, it was tiring and, just right there in the middle of things. I thought it was better that I just said that time. So I did.
Please understand that I cannot talk about any business that's gone on the past few days, but I look forward to catching upon everything else with the community.
It was a typo.
I assume she means catch up on everything else with the community. Thank you.
It was.
So, I can't hear you. Did you hit your button?
Best part of the stream right
What did
here.
you do? Every time with this shit. Nope.
Okay. Right, yeah.
So a couple of notes.
Notes.
She streamed 2 times before court.
Can I just say that these are the first two tweets I put out in days, and I get Josh is doing like an hour and a half stream complete with notes on it. This is awesome.
Streamed up into the court. Talked a lot about what was going
No,
on,
they have to
even
be
if she tried to
found.
imply what was
Come on.
happening without actually talking
No,
about what was
they
happening.
don't.
And finally, now that there might be conclusions for people, she's like, I can't talk about my business anymore, as if the whole thing hasn't been blown publicly, and as if their little friend. You guys remember Black Wolf, right? The guy who was like being all buddy with the chemtrail people and the Holocaust deniers. Yeah, that guy. That guy decided to tweet about what apparently was going on in the court proceedings. Now, keeping in mind that Wolf received a cease and desist, TRO, and didn't show, from rumors, did not show up to his online court date to fight that TRO, meaning that he currently has a standing restraining order, from what we can tell. Secondly, if he is tweeting about the individual, private individual, he's in violation of that restraining order. And if he is tweeting out information about what's going on in the courtroom, that means either he's making it up or he's being advised about what is happening in the courtroom by people who are in the courtroom. And the only two people in the courtroom that talk to Black Wolf are Veda and Aaron. And so if Veda and Aaron are telling Wolf, who we know has been used multiple times to disseminate information from this group of people to make it public, i.e. Steve saying, well, I just sent it to you to deal with, it's such a clusterfuck. It is not just a violation on his part. It would be a violation of.
Well, how did Steve get involved now? Why is she talking about Steve? Like, Steve wasn't anywhere in this part of this conversation or the thing she's talking about. But she's got to throw his name in there. It's because of Steve. This is all because of Steve.
You get ready to have your group chat subpoenaed, am I right? I still can't hear you, Anya. Subtitles here. What the fuck? So, and this is all still with at least one more known court date. Sorry, well, it's 2 dates, but one more court case that's coming up, and that's Steve's case. And that's whether we don't know if Renell has a court date or not. Yeah, we're good. We can hear you now. Welcome back.
Damn it.
Actually, sounds better than it did a minute ago.
Yeah, the connection was loose from here. I was like,
that makes sense.
This is the most boring stream I think I've ever watched.
Smitty, you don't need to teach me hand talking. Have you forgotten that stream where I was muted for like first 10, 15 minutes?
They're talking about me. Like, this shouldn't be boring for me. But this is so fucking boring. Like, they make me sound boring. Am I boring? I'm not, right? I'm not, like, this isn't representative of me, is it? Please tell me.
Chesh was talking and I was miming. Like, did you forget that? I don't need to learn that. I can express myself without, my voice quite accurately, if I'm not wrong.
Honest Red has been plaguing me with this, but why male models? It's a good question. It's a very good question. I can't answer that question. What are your thoughts, Manya, on this?
So anyone who's trying to play cheeky and sneaky by thinking that they can give inside, oh, hi, Puck, boop, boopity boop. If anyone thinks that they can go around the court's orders to not talk about the shit that's happening in court by telling others in messages and then them putting it on Twitter, that's still violation of the court's order. Please listen to me this time. Oh, Mario, hey. It's still a violation of court's order. So far.
Like, what? Why is this even a thought? Like, seriously. Like, why is she so concerned and thinking about, like, I don't know. Like, I don't.
I have been spot on in my analysis of this whole legal shit that's been happening.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say stop communicating with each other. Shut the fuck up means shut the fuck up. That means stop communicating with each other too. Back off for a while. If you have done this, if anyone has done this on that fucking group, where they have gone to Wolf or Megan or Nikki and given them information and messages, I promise you, if you don't accept that what you have done is full of shit and you are at fault, and you drag this on, the next thing will be your messages will be subpoenaed. And if you think that you can delete those messages and no one can find anything, then get ready for your devices to be subpoenaed and getting taken away. So this is how it goes. You guys have been covering so many cases. on your own channels and you don't know what the process is, or do you think that you are
Okay, first of all, I've covered like 3 cases on my channel. Okay, seriously. And I've barely done that. Like I read court filings. I don't explain them. I don't understand them. I don't even know what the words mean, but I'm saying half the time, okay? Well, not half the time, but some of the time. So I'm not quite sure what you guys cover court cases on your channels. No, and I don't pretend to. So yeah. And I don't know. Like it's a strange for anyone else just how invested she seems to be in our devices being taken away. Like the thought of it, like just the concept, like she's already like imagined this whole thing, this whole scenario in her head. Like it's some sort of like daydream or fantasy or something. You know what I mean? Like she's hoping for this to happen. I don't know why. I don't.
you're not what do you it's significant in that you won't go through the same process. Process. It doesn't matter whether you're a big YouTuber or a small YouTuber. If you commit certain actions, you will.
Who the hell's talking about YouTube? Okay, see, this is weird because they made mention to this a couple of times about the size of YouTube channels. Like, we get it. You're feeling inadequate, I guess, with the size of yours, but I'm perfectly content with the size of mine. I really am. I mean, I'm not trying to be any bigger than I am. I mean, if I grow, great. But if I don't, that's okay. You know, I'll still be here if I want to be. If I don't want to be, I won't be. So yeah, I'm sorry that you feel less than.
Will be part of certain processes. So shut the fuck up. Stop talking to each other. Stop trying to like sneak around the court orders. Aaron, you have already done. You have already like spread the shit around so much. You were in Chesh's DMs uninvited, sharing information, and now you're doing the same with other people on Twitter who are still.
I am going to elaborate on this because this was months ago. This was back in September. Cheshire was talking an awful lot about things that she did not know about because she was clearly not speaking of things that actually occurred or even were stated to have occurred, things that were accused or claimed, whatever. Everything she was saying was completely wrong. And I had the hard copy in front of me showing what had alleged to have occurred or whatever. So before she became more involved and actually considered doing something crazy, like, I don't know, flying to America for some bullshit reason, I thought she should at least know the truth, the facts. So I let her know that back in like September one time. So yeah, fuck me, because we can see how, how much, I don't know if she paid attention to that, but that's what I did one time. It's a means, because like as another content creator, like if you're going to sit up there and stream and everything and put your channel behind certain things or whatever, then I think that if I don't know, if they're known to be bullshit, then you should be made aware. That's what I did. I made her aware. And okay. And now Manya wants to sit here and act like and accuse me of doing this with everyone over Twitter.
Disseminating this information, I'm going to be surprised if you get arrested. I'm not going to be surprised if you get arrested. So listen to me. I'm helping you. Yeah, I'm making fun of you. Yeah, boo-hoo. Get over that. I'm helping you.
Can we just clear this up right now? I don't care if you make fun of me. Like, I encourage it, okay? So I'm not going to go boo-hoo over it, okay? I'm going to go boo-hoo if you stop just talking about me, really. So, but I don't really need or want any advice from Anya, you know?
Am I helping them? Why?
I don't know.
That's my default.
Anya's a nice guy.
I'm the nice
Vagary. It's me. I'm the nice guy. Vagary in the chat said, also contempt of court. Those proceedings are sealed at the court's authority. To leak information is to violate the authority of the court.
Especially about the person, about the witness who's part of the case.
Yeah.
You're leaking information about them.
Oh, well, the protected person in this
The
scenario.
yes, who is also a witness for their own case, obviously. So yeah, what is wrong with you guys? And that's what I say. The company you keep defines you and influences you and makes you who you are, especially when you are on internet, on YouTube. And for Aaron to just sit there and say that YouTube won't have an impact on anyone else's life, you're full of shit. You're an idiot.
Actions have
You are so
consequences.
Oh my God. Did she just say that I'm impactful on YouTube? Like my channel's impactful? Did she just say that? Oh my God. I'm not, but you know, she thinks I am.
Yes,
Pretty
you're
based.
so desperate. You're so desperate to minimize your actions. They're just saying, "Oh, it's just YouTube." But when
No, I definitely make attempts to maximize my actions. That's I'm sure. I speak a little too highly of myself sometimes.
Katie Joy does it, oh my God, she did it on YouTube. How dare she? Do you listen to yourself, you motherfuckers?
Motherfuckers.
All right, ran over.
I'm curious to know what the results of the court case are. If I'm able to share it with you, I will. I have some other stuff that I've been sitting on that if I am able to share it with you, I will. I think I'm going to try and do a timeline video with, of course, with receipts, because I know this whole situation is incredibly confusing for anybody who hasn't either been following it from the beginning or hasn't been able to catch everything. I do have a company playlist that I think will help, but it is not exactly like definitive, this happened, then this happened, then this happened. So I'm going to try and put something like that out, I think, in the next little while. So look out for that if you are trying to figure out what's been going on. But holy shit.
You know, it's a good thing that I don't have any desire to be a private person or whatever. I have a YouTube channel. I'm perfectly fine being out there. Otherwise, I might be upset about being made into someone's content. But yay, I'm not.
Out of curiosity, Mania, what attacks do you think Aaron is referring to in this tweet? She said she's being attacked, right?
Oh, I made some few tweets when you were doing your Twitch stream, where you were covering her live stream, in which she very tacitly admitted about things that her sister did to their cat, and she herself did to their pet mouse. So
I guess I guess I would have a question then. Did I attack you more or less than your sister did to the cat?
That was pretty funny. I can't deny that. It was pretty funny. But yeah. I didn't even know Maya spoke of me, to be honest. I really had no idea. And I had just heard about Cheshire speaking on me for 7 hours. So yeah, it wasn't you.
Or yeah, fair. And if you know, you try and say, if Aaron decides to, we were kids, madam, at 3 years of age, children usually start learning.
But now when I told the story, I clearly said between 1 to 2 years of age. I clearly said that. And now she's saying by 3 years of age. Now please, Manya, with all of your experience raising all of your non-existent children, please tell me, educate me on 3-year-olds. I'm dying to hear this shit.
Empathy and the concept of pain. At 2 years, children start talking. So for your parents to unable to teach you that you do not throttle your...
You hear that, guys? She thinks that by 3 years old, kids have a good hold, a good handle on things like empathy and pain and whatever else. Because pretty much any child rearing expert or whatever, psychologist, whatever it is you want to classify their position as, will disagree with you emphatically. In fact, I mean, sure, you may start to see signs of this. You may start to see their understanding of it or whatever at times. I think it all also depends on the child. But empathy is something that doesn't really take hold until several years later. So
cat's throat. Yeah.
You don't. It's not just negligent. It's not just negligent on this toddler. It's not the toddler that's the problem. Toddlers are going to be toddlers. The problematic.
See, catch that there? Manya, though, tried to make it out to be my sister's fault, or even my fault, possibly. I don't know about the mouse thing there. So she's blaming it on the child. If Cheshire comes in and says, it's not the child's fault. Huh. Mind you, neither one of them have kids. Okay, which I'm not dragging it for it. I'm not. I mean, I don't care if people have kids or not. Everyone makes a choice, and awesome. I love it. Okay, I don't care. But I know this much though. If I've never had a dog before, I'm not going to go around telling people how to fucking train their dog. You know, if I've never worked with a dog before, I'm not going to tell people how to I don't know, raise their dog, whatever. You know what I mean? And I'm not comparing dogs to kids or whatever, but I don't know how else to explain this to people. Really, it takes experience to really understand and get a good handle on just how you'll never really understand or get a good handle on raising kids, I guess.
The thing that I'm talking about is that casual dropping of animal abuse, haha TT, what a funny story, learning nothing. It's not like she presented this story and like learned anything. It like that says like this was a really bad thing that happened, so therefore look out for this thing. And
was it supposed to be a PSA about okay, maybe it could have been a little bit of a PSA about don't let your toddlers around animals alone. Okay, fine. I got you there. But I mean, what was it? What was the it's the abusing that's being alleged because there was no abuse. You know what I mean? There wasn't, and but I mean that's what they do though, right? I mean they'll take something and they'll exploit it. You know, they'll take something that's an issue with society, something that harms people or upsets people, and they will use it and they will try to pin it on those that they dislike, and they will just try to drag them for it when it doesn't apply. So they're desensitizing the trauma and the horror caused by this societal issue, and they're weakening people's shock and horror at it. You know, they're just making it more normal, you know. And why are they doing that? Why? It's just so that they can try to pin feed as something they don't like, or me as something that they don't like. I mean, think about it. There are actually people out there who actually do abuse animals, and they're trying to pin that on me because I was rocking in a rocking chair at 5 years old and didn't know that a mouse was running behind the chair when I was rocking. That's what they're doing.
if I wanted to be really nitpicky about it, I would say it doesn't demonstrate that you are necessarily negligent as a child. It tells me your entire family was negligent to animals as a child.
Yeah. So to present that story as something like, oh yeah, you know, like as a tee funny story, what's wrong with you? What is seriously wrong with you? That's why Chesh and I say, Aaron, you're not good at this. You are not good at this.
That may be the case. I may not be good at this. They may be right about that. I don't give a shit. I'm not trying to be like the best at this. I'm not trying to, I don't know. I'm here. It's cathartic. I keep saying that, but it is. It really fucking is. It's really why I'm here. It is cathartic. And I do enjoy the community and the relationships and stuff I foster. But I mean, I just got to be two people. Well, I mean, I met Vada before, but remember, I got to meet two people I never would have had the opportunity to meet before. You know, that's really why I do this. So, and I think I'm pretty good at that. That's something that they're not very good at.
And
even if those stories were fake, it's still not cool
Why?
to just casually drop animal abuse stories and animal negligence stories casually as if it's a funny fucking thing to talk about. What the fuck?
And before Ellen starts screaming, oh, it was in the past, blah, 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 there are other YouTubers, much bigger YouTubers than her and us, who have been cancelled because it came out that they had abused their pets in the past. So, Aaron, you are the one to blame for whatever we talked about. You brought.
Is Bonnie trying to get me canceled because I told a story about how me as a 5-year-old listening to music in a rocking chair, I rocked back, not knowing that the mouse got out of the cage and ran underneath the chair at that time? Is that going to get me canceled? Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't think my mom told me that it had happened at the time when it happened. I learned about this, I'm pretty sure, like years later, or at least because I think that that's something that would have stuck with me. I would have been horrified had I known I'd done that at the time. So there's that. But clearly, I would have been horrified. You know, that's going to get me canceled. That's why. I don't know, man. It's like she wants that to happen so badly, and it's fine if she wants that to happen. She has every whatever she can want whatever she wants, you know. But I mean, just say that that's what you want. Don't try to act like you're doing some big good double thing here, sticking up for this poor mouse that we had. I'm not going to say how many years ago that was. I'm not saying that.
Brought it up and we criticized you. You just don't like it because where the criticism is coming from. Suck my dick.
See,
all right.
Why are you going to bring it there to the whole stuff? Why are you going to do it? It's so gross. It is really gross. I'm sorry, it is. And like, I don't care who's criticizing me. Again, I'm just happy to be talked about, for real. You know, so I do wish to get a little better, because you know then we'd have some real fun. You know, you go back and forth a little bit here. You know, but I don't see much I can work with.
So moving on. Do we have anything to add about Wolf? I don't think so. I think that was kind of a brief.
Wolf, if anyone associates with Wolf or interacts with Wolf, your brain is no longer a brain. It's mashed potatoes. Now, it's a bowl of mashed potatoes now. Why are you interacting with this person? Maybe just because you want someone to defend you, to be around you. Fine. But it will happen one day. This motherfucker will get you in trouble with the law. And you will have nowhere to go.
Well,
And
he was.
This dude was making like a bitch.
This dude was making threats to people online, being like, "Pull up to my house," blah 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 blah, and then people started asking for his address.
Here's where I'm gonna end this commentary on the stream after this part here, but here it could be mostly because this is where things are gonna get a little serious here. And I'm hesitant to even point this out because I don't really think it's necessarily my place to. I think it's my place to as an American. But that's about it. So I just want to point this out as an American and whatever. But I'm going to go ahead and play this.
But it will happen one day. This motherfucker will get you in trouble with the law. And you will have nowhere to go.
Well, he was. This dude was making
like a bitch.
This dude was making threats to people online, being like, "Pull up to my house," blah 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 blah, and then people started asking for his address.
Hey, well, actually,
very funny.
Actually, was one point. I will also take up on that offer. Give me your fucking address.
Oh yeah, I'm here for it. That was the first thing I said. I said, "What's your address? where are you at? Let's go."
Yeah.
I gotta I'm likely traveling back to America anyway.
You know what? All I have to do.
We'll go get coffee.
Coffee and just sit on this motherfucker's chest and just sip that coffee away. That's all I have to do. Yeah, that's all I have to do. And he'll be wheezing and begging for his life.
All right.
I can't breathe.
So you brought this to my attention.
For those who are wondering why I'm having this look of disgust and horror on my face, Mr. Black Wolf is a black man. So there's Manya up there laughing about sitting on Wolf's chest, listening to him beg and plead for her to get off because he can't breathe. Now, as an American living in modern times here, like that's a really fucked up thing to say. And I don't think this. I don't think she's. I'm not saying anything. Obviously, I don't think she's racist or anything like that. But I do think that she's missing and hugely deficient in a cultural understanding of what the atmosphere is like for Americans regarding racial issues. And that's where I think she went wrong. I want to be clear about that. I don't think anything else. It's not my place really to think anything else anyways. But either way, I don't. But yeah, I think that it's a fucked up thing to say that about any, I don't know. As an American, I take issue with it. So that's all I want to commentate on this for now, because I think that they go on and talk about other things. And though I do find it, I don't know. So like they make the comment there about sitting on a man's chest and, as he fights to breathe or whatever. But then they go on to stream about violence against women at the hands of men, which is, they're absolutely right in all of that. But I'm just wondering why it is that they lead into that with their own violence imagined toward someone. What? Oh, thank you. You just told me Happy Mother's Day. So yeah, all right. I'm gonna go on over to chat. I haven't spent much time over there. So what's going on here? Where am I? Okay. Hi, Tax Max Fast Underclap. Hey, call me Frenchie. Yeah, their whole thing. I just don't understand why they're so happy and giddy about this. And like it's like fan fiction fantasy hour or something over there where they're just writing these stories like they can't wait to see come into fruition or whatever, you know. I don't know. I don't know if they're punking us or not, playing Mom Laura. Hi, by the way. I don't know. I do think that they want content though. But I mean, I don't blame them there. I mean, they fancy themselves to be streamers and content creators, you know? So yeah, they're gonna and they're talking about the things they want to talk about. I'm not gonna fault anyone for talking about things that they want to talk about. Whether it's something that garners a lot of views or not, you know, if it's what you want to talk about and you want to talk about it, do it, you know. So I'm not gonna give them shit about that, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's 125. Yeah, I'm gonna sign up to in a minute here. Michelle, hi Michelle. Because I now have to go into work early tomorrow. If she wasn't talking about you for 7 hours, she probably would have been half-ass playing a video game badly while drinking your her content to keep her loyals from falling asleep. Oh, possibly. Oh, that's cool. I keep her loyals awake. I love that. I really should stop showing just how pleased I am that they make me content in their streams and they talk about me, because the more I do that, I fear that the more they're going to want to not give me what it is I enjoy. So, and then they will stop talking about me. So I need to start acting like I'm pissed off about it, I think. Mia knew exactly what she was saying about Wolf and implications. I mean, I don't. I'm going to err on the side of caution here and say I don't think she did, but it's possible. But I mean, the only reason why the reason why I do kind of consider what you're saying there is because, like, this isn't the first time that they've been accused of blurring the lines or going too far in this regard, especially with Wolf. And I wonder, I don't know, if it were me, if I were accused of shit like that, whether it's true or not, I think I'd be much more wary about it being true in the future, and I would go above and take extra precautions to not let it be true. And they don't seem to do that. But I mean, they don't have to, I guess. But I mean, that's a good point. Call me Frenchie says, in Sweden they have class about empathy with children starting at 5 because they notice that there's a huge lack of empathy towards the planet. See, it's so strange too. Like I remember this in myself, even like it was almost like suddenly just one day I woke up and I felt I cared. Like, you know, I didn't want to be, you know, an asshole, I guess you could say. But I mean, that realization for me, anyways, maybe I was late, I don't know, but that didn't really come about until like a little bit. I think in 4th grade was when I first started, but then it wasn't like my mid-teenage years or really at home, you know. So I mean, to sit here and say like, if there's a 3-year-old is going to just naturally know that if it does something, it's going to cause pain to another person or thing or whatever, you know, but I'm glad you caught me live too, John. I mean, I'm going to keep going live and shit. This week I had to take some time off. Yeah, very tasteless joke shows just what a piece of shit science fiction is. It was definitely a tasteless joke. You're right. Yes. Yeah. And I don't know. I think that I think shit like that, it makes me notice things in myself, even, I think, maybe. And it bothers me because not that I would ever say or do anything like that, but it took me a minute for me to make the connection for everything in my mind. And then I had to sit there and second guess myself, like, am I making this connection just because I don't like her? You know, is this my bias? Like, am I doing to her what I accuse her of doing to myself and others? You know, and it takes me a minute. You know, and I have to seriously consider for a second there that she meant nothing by that, and then I feel like that's my own whiteness coming out by doing that, you know, and that's what bothers me. It's just the second guessing of things. I don't like to second guess myself, but I mean, I find myself doing it over a lot of things, especially issues like that, and when shit like that is said, I don't like it. I can't read your name, but hi. Yeah, I just went live a little while ago. I'm not going to be live for much longer, though, because it is getting late. I think we're going to wrap this up. And I just got done kind of commentating on a few things here. I don't know. I'm not, this isn't to say that I've done everything right or I've been perfect or anything. God knows I haven't. And I could sit here and I could literally list things that looking back on, I've done wrong. I just hope that they can maybe eventually sometime see just how much they're feeding into this, how much they're causing a lot of this shit. Because like even Cheshire said there, she credits herself for my reaction stream, Nikki's reaction stream, and Vada's, I think she said, and possibly Renell's or whatever, our reaction streams to her squatting thing. And she credits herself for the content of our streams and what they provided for people and their efforts. And I mean, I just hope that she sees it. Hi, Aunt Jen. Dude, why didn't you text me back earlier? Suck. Hi, Aunt Jen. Girl, we gotta talk. We gotta talk, dude. We gotta talk. So, all right. I am gonna wrap this up though now. Thanks for watching, guys. And yeah. I don't have anything to really end the stream with. Other than I will try and stream tomorrow night. So where is it? I don't know how to sign up. Bye guys. Kitty. YouTube.